This video is about all the renowned Canadians who passed away in 1982. Before we proceed, please subscribe to our channel to support us. Elizabeth Bagshaw. She was born in October 1881 and she died in January 1982. Her age was 100 at the time of her death. She was one of Canada's first female physicians and a pioneer in birth control advocacy. Her work broke significant barriers in women's health care and promoted greater access to reproductive rights. Bagshaw was the medical director of Canada's first birth control clinic. William Jogues. He was born in May 1895 and he died in March 1982. His age was 86 at the time of his death. William was a Nobel Prize-winning chemist noted for his groundbreaking research in chemical thermodynamics. His contributions, particularly at low temperatures, have had a lasting impact on the field of physical chemistry. He developed a magnetic refrigeration device of his own design in order to achieve this outcome, getting closer to absolute zero than many scientists had thought possible. Jules Villeneuve. He was born in January 1950 and he died in May 1982. His age was 32 at the time of his death. Jules was a legendary Formula One driver known for his daring and fearless driving style. His remarkable career and passion for motorsports left an enduring legacy in the racing world. He won his first Atlantic race in 1975 at Gimli Motorsports Park in heavy rain. Elizabeth Gowdy. She was born in April 1902 and she died in June 1982. Her age was 80 at the time of her death. She was an influential Canadian writer whose memoirs provided vivid insights into the hardships and resilience of settlers. Her work highlighted the pivotal role of women in shaping early Canadian society. Igor Gouzenko. He was born in January 1919 and he died in June 1982. His age was 63 at the time of his death. He was a cipher clerk for the Soviet Embassy to Canada in Ottawa, Ontario, and a lieutenant of the Soviet Main Intelligence Directorate, GRU. He defected on September 5, 1945, 3 days after the end of the Second World War, with 109 documents on the USSR's espionage activities in the West. In response, Canadian Prime Minister Mackenzie King called a royal commission to investigate espionage in Canada. Hal Foster. He was born in August 1892 and he died in July 1982. His age was 89 at the time of his death. He was a Canadian-American comic strip artist and writer, best known as the creator of the comic strip Prince Valiant. His drawing style is noted for its high level of craftsmanship and attention to detail. He created his signature strip, The Weekly Prince Valiant, a fantasy adventure set in medieval times. Glenn Gould. He was born in September 1932 and he died in October 1982. His age was 50 at the time of his death. He was a Canadian classical pianist. He was among the most famous and celebrated pianists of the 20th century, renowned as an interpreter of the keyboard works of Johann and Sebastian Bach. His playing was distinguished by remarkable technical proficiency and a capacity to articulate the contrapuntal texture of Bach's music. Hugh John Fleming. He was born in January 1899 and he died in October 1982. His age was 83 at the time of his death. Hugh John Fleming was a Canadian politician and the 24th Premier of New Brunswick. His tenure is remembered for significant contributions to forestry and public service development. Hans Sally. He was born in January 1907 and he died in October 1982. His age was 75 at the time of his death. He was a pioneering Hungarian-Canadian endocrinologist who conducted important scientific work on the hypothetical, non-specific response of an organism to stressors. Although he did not recognize all of the many aspects of glucocorticoids, Sally was aware of their role in the stress response. John Robarts. He was born in January 1917 and he died in October 1982. His age was 65 at the time of his death. John Robarts was a Canadian lawyer and politician who served as the 17th Premier of Ontario. His leadership was marked by progressive education reforms and infrastructure development. He was an advocate of individual freedoms and promoted the rights of the provinces against the centralizing initiatives of the federal government. J. Dewey Soper. He was born in September 1893 and he died in November 1982. His age was 91 at the time of his death. He was a distinguished naturalist and explorer whose research significantly contributed to the study of the Arctic wildlife. His work remains influential in Canadian conservation efforts. His biggest accomplishment, with the help of local Inuit, was the successful 6-year, 30,000 miles and 50,000 kilometers search of Baffin Island for the blue goose nesting grounds on Blue Goose Plain near Bowman Bay in the Fox Basin in the spring of 1929. Irving Goffman. He was born in June 1922 and he died in November 1982. His age was 60 at the time of his death. Irving Goffman was a pioneering sociologist renowned for his work on symbolic interactionism and the concept of dramaturgy. His insights into human behavior and social interaction continue to shape sociological theory. Percy Williams. He was born in May 1908 and he died in November 1982. His age was 74 at the time of his death. Percy Williams was a celebrated Canadian sprinter who won 2 gold medals at the 1928 Olympics. His athletic achievements made him a national hero in Canadian sports history. Honor Bernard. He was born in March 1899 and he died in December 1982. His age was 83 at the time of his death. He was a professional ice hockey player. He played with the Edmonton Eskimos of the Western Canada Hockey League. Harry Jerome. He was born in September 1940 and he died in December 1982. His age was 42 at the time of his death. He was a Canadian track and field sprinter and physical education teacher. He won a bronze medal at the 1964 Olympics in Tokyo and set a total of 7 world records over the course of his career. George Isaac Smith. He was born in April 1909 and he died in December 1982. His age was 73 at the time of his death. He was a Canadian lawyer and politician who served as the 18th Premier of Nova Scotia from 1967 to 1970. He was a Canadian senator from 1975 until his death. G.I. Smith is noted for having recruited Robert Stanfield to help rebuild and leading the Progressive Conservatives in Nova Scotia. While Premier, he brought Michelin Tire, still Nova Scotia's biggest employer, to the province. Thanks for watching the video. Please don't forget to give us a like and Don't forget to comment any information if you have about all these peoples to help us increase our existing knowledge. Have a nice day.